What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. Spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is M4rcos. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Jorge. Jorge the Great, Jorge the Wise, Jorge the 2-0 in this best of 5 series for the round of 16 in the Champions League qualifiers. There's just too many words to say. My golly gosh. One more win for Jorge and he will promote or secure his space in Champions League Season 3. And we'll see how this is going to go. M4rcos is vying for his own opportunity there. Obviously, if he does not win this game, he will get a spot in Challengers League. So it's not going to be the last we're going to see of him through this season of Champions and Challengers League. So it's exciting nonetheless, but I'd love to see M4rcos putting up some sort of challenge. He almost got that win in the last game on Gold Rush. He just couldn't quite work it out in the end. And Jorge could pull it out. Now this map, a different type of idea here is necessary to win on this map from the Hades perspective, in my opinion. The reason is that this map is very, very aggressive. Take a look at the map. Firstly, we're going to talk about resource placement in terms of hunt. You get yourself a ton of Rhino here. That's actually a beautiful town center. Jorge's going to be really happy about this, but he needs to be careful not to be over happy about this because it's not the be all and end all. We'll talk about why soon. Next on the map to look at, there is going to be a bunch of zebra. A bunch of zebra right here. So there are 2 spawns of hunt in your side of the map. You also get in the center of the map a spawn of giraffe. After that, you have to think what else is weird about this map. Not necessarily weird, but what else is difficult about this map and why is it so aggressive? Well, gold mines. Gold mine 1, gold mine 2, gold mine 3, all very, very forward. So, Jorge's got to make a decision. He's been going for a 2 town center every single game this game. He has to make a decision about whether he wants to grab this town center with no hunt on it and secure gold mines to be very easy to grab with sentinels on this town center. Alternatively, he has to decide if he wants to go for this town center, having a relatively open home gold mine here as well, going for this town center to give himself all these Rhino underneath this town center here, and potentially have to fight for a second gold mine in the classical age, as M4rcos is going to put all the pressure on. So those are the questions, and we'll have to wait and see how it's all going to go. As M4rcos clicks up really, really fast yet again, he wants to go for this fast advance time. We do see the citizen now moving up to the top side of the map to eat these rhinoceros here. As the oracles of M4rcos getting shanked down. We see Ajax coming through for Mariano, or for Jorge. I slipped. Damn it. For Jorge here. He's been getting this Ajax every single time. He loves the early Ajax. It allows him to put some pressure on, allows him to get some relics out. The Eye of Ornu is actually a decent relic to pick up. Helps the pacifist against those pesky Murmillo and destroyers and fanatics in this game. There's also another relic on the map over here that could potentially get picked up. The Arrows of the Alpha. Yet again, another really strong relic for Hades. As it looks like that's exactly where the Ajax is heading. And it also looks like he doesn't know that the Rhinos are over here for M4rcos. So, Jorge gets the relic, he gets his Ajax out, he's going to be making a move over onto this town center fairly soon here. And we do see the counter barracks and military barracks getting dropped here for M4rcos straight away as the Promethean Offspring gets deleted. And it's going to be moving across the map here to start putting some pressure onto Jorge. And just like last game and every other game before it, Jorge is going to be getting himself out an immediate Chiron here, gets his villagers going, and he's going to be looking to grab this town center or this town center very, very fast. So I have to wait and see what he's going to... Something different here from Jorge. Something different here from Jorge. I love it. Military Academy stable, straight away, going down. Did he get any upgrades here? Yeah, he got himself hand axe as well. So this makes a lot of sense. I talk about this in terms of the 1 town center plays. If you go up 1 town center and you go late, and I mean like late as in like 430. 402 is fast. That is a fast advanced time. You can't afford to get any economic upgrades if you go 402. But if you go 430, you have all these extra resources. You have about 120 extra resources over the 402, or even 180 resources over a 348, roughly speaking. So getting yourself hand axe here makes a lot of sense, or getting yourself husbandry makes a lot of sense, or getting yourself pickaxe, getting yourself just one of those extra economic upgrades to give yourself a slight extra edge. So we'll see how things are going to go. Personally, when I play Oranos against Hades, I'm actually more scared of the 1 town center Hades than I am of the 2 town center Hades. Why? Because it's really, really tough to beat this army when you're equal population. It's really, really tough. So you have to like kind of get some really good raids in, run around trying to like cause pressure and snipe stuff and try and find an advantage. And the Hades player is just ready. He just starts moving forward. He's got restoration. It's really, really tough. We're going to be able to see an archery range getting thrown down relatively soon here, as well as the villagers getting pushed back. Maybe sentinels might get thrown down in the main base here for Jorge. Unfortunately, his sentinels is not in the right position. One villager going to be going down here for M4rcos as he gets that snipe, and he's going to be retreating immediately here. One of the big buffs that happened to Hades, and one of the reasons why he gets really strong, he's a lot stronger now, is that the accuracy of the Chiron and the speed of the Chiron has been put up quite a bit. So if you chase down retreating units, you just keep getting DPS done, whereas before you wouldn't have it. So one of the big differences, and helps out the Hades early game a ton. Now, Jorge didn't actually chase with the Chiron like he probably should have there, so he didn't get to really see that advantage. But it's definitely a thing here. As now we see the archery range coming down, villagers getting pulled over here. We do see the Sentinels going to be able to get a couple of shots off there as well. Also, the Sentinels had quite a bit of track rating increase, whereas they were really, really inaccurate in, say, patch 4.0. In patch 5.0, the Sentinels got a huge boost, and that actually is a big reason why Hades feels really tough to attack now as well, because he runs in maybe patch 4.0 or any patch previously. I think that M4rcos could have ran in here, not lost a unit and run out, and it would have been fine. But he loses a Murmillo for running in there, where that's considered, where that happened, where that's concerned. Anyways, archery range up now. Still Jorge not training anything out of there, having a little bit of a problem with his gold income. Lots of wood in the bank as his village is going to be retreating back into the main base. He may have to start farming here soon, as now we see the units here for Jorge just saying, well, I'm in my base now. You can't attack me, so I'm ready to put pressure onto your hunt here, onto your zebra, onto your rhinos, and I'm going to force you to take a fight against my superior army. It's exactly what Jorge is saying here. He's got the Ajax, he's got the Chiron, both full HP. He's got a whole bunch of hoplites. Hippocon, there is no answer to the hoplites here. There is no usage to have those Termorant, no reason to have those Termorant. 3 citizen getting garrisoned into this manor is a big hit to the economy here of M4rcos, who needs all he can get. As now the Hippocon going to be fighting it. Got to make sure you micro those Hippocon onto the right units there, as the Chiron getting sniped down here incredibly fast here. Restoration being used to try and keep the Chiron alive here, as the Hippocon going straight after the hero Terma here, as 1 Minotaur now moving over here to try and take out those units of M4rcos. M4rcos sitting with a good amount of population, but Jorge's still sitting solidly at 70 population through that entire fight. He does lose his Chiron, but he's going to immediately train that one back out. You have to imagine it's such an important unit to have in this fight, as we do see the manor gets taken down. 1 citizen was also killed here, as well as we see another manor getting thrown up straight away by those citizens. That low HP citizen is going to start getting targeted down here. Maybe Jorge needs to be a little bit more careful about this one. We'll see if he's going to be able to actually get that or not, as the manor will get up. The citizen can garrison in, and does indeed manage to do so. We now see the Promethean coming through, as the Ajax needs to be getting used a little bit better here. The Chiron making his way forward now to help out in this fight. Now we've got Toxotes coming through through. M4rcos is now dropped below the population of Jorge in this fight, as well as he is desperately trying to win here. He's getting himself some catapulties out to try and deal with those Hippocon, but I don't like catapulties here at all because they're so difficult to micro them onto the right unit. They're useless against hoplites, they're useless against the heroes, they're useless against the archers, they're only good against the Hippocon, and you should just throw down a military academy and go into Murmillo. Mass Murmillo here is the right option and the only option at this point as the villagers retreating away. One low HP citizen does get sniped down there by Jorge. The awareness is off the charts good here as the Chiron now able to start taking down the Promethean as best as he possibly can. Meanwhile, on this position, more units pushing through here. We're starting to see the Promethean getting taken down as they're going to be retreating back away from this fight. Jorge has got a considerable advantage as this is going on. And look at what he's done while this is going on. He's moved forward to grab the rhinoceros as he realizes what is going on here and how important it is for him to be on the hunt at this point as his herdables are about to expire. He's also over on this gold mine as well. Wouldn't mind seeing some walls getting thrown up to defend this gold mine as the mana gets taken down. The villager over on this zebra here is getting away with murder, being able to hunt that for the time being, as now we see Jorge moving up to the top gold mine. And look at this, the gold mine in the main base of M4rcos is expired. 150 gold remaining, but basically expired here. M4rcos is going to have to figure out how he's going to be able to continue in this game without gold. Or securing a gold mine. I like the idea of maybe watchtowers, putting up some watchtowers over here to hold onto this. He is getting himself out the Carabals to help against those hoplites a little bit more. And Jorge retreating back. We will be seeing an attempt at a little bit of a raid here, but Jorge is going to be way on top of this. He sees the units pushing forward. He does not need to chase that in the slightest. We see a mana coming up on this position as well, as Jorge going to be sending his units back through. Not only that, 4 Hades Shades out at the moment is a big, big deal. As the army going to be taking this fight, I don't think that Jorge is going to mind too much. He just takes this fight and pushes forward, kills the mana off, pushes in, pushes off that gold mine there. And that's the win condition here for Jorge. Whether or not he realizes it at this exact moment remains to be seen. As we see the mana up, the units pushing forward. They didn't get the line of sight of that mana just yet. He's pulling back ever so slightly as these Murmillo have been dealt with. 110 of 115 population here for Jorge. He's getting himself, or he has himself the medium hoplites. We'll see if he's going to grab a town center, and that is exactly what he's going for here. Staying in the classical age, continuing to put the pressure on. He's got such an overwhelming advantage in terms of economy based on units killed versus units lost that spending those resources on the town center makes a lot of sense here. And now Jorge moving in and around. Can he realize that he needs to take this fight here? And he has realized that he's moving through. Medium cavalry also coming through for Jorge, even though he's only got 5 Hippocon out at this point. Chiron in the back and immediately be able to start targeting down those Prometheans. Big shockwave there from M4rcos. It's going to be a big, big help here as the medium Hippocon comes through. And the Carabalis are going to immediately be sniped down on the back here. M4rcos has to retreat back. He drops down to 70 population. He's got nothing remaining here in this fight. His villagers not on the gold anymore. He does have a gold up here. He could potentially sneak as the villagers come back on, trying to mine this gold as best as he possibly can. The army over here getting absolutely dismantled here in this game. The villagers getting popped out of that mana, retreating back to the home base, trying to stay alive. 15 villagers here for M4rcos is all he has left, and he does have to tap out in that game. Jorge shows the potency of the one town center Athena here from the Hades perspective against Oranos. M4rcos couldn't work it out here. Started trying to make catapulties in the middle of the game there, which I definitely think was a big, big mistake. His better option would have been another military barracks, Murmillo, and potentially 1 or 2 Carabalis to out as well. Mass Murmillo here against the mass hoplite is your best bet to trade equally with Hades here. You'd have to expect, especially with Shockwave coming in, one big thing that separates, one big thing that is difficult to understand about Age mythology is that there is a counter circle. It's like a rock, paper, scissors thing. Hoplites or infantry beat cavalry, beat archers, beat hoplite or infantry, whatever. But in reality, it's not that simple. Infantry actually beat archers. the way that archers beat infantry is that they hit them from range and the infantry can't actually fight back. If you actually compare the HP, damage, armor, and everything of a hoplite versus a Toxotes, they have the same pierce armor. The hoplite's got more HP, the hoplite's got more DPS. So, and that's basically the same here for the Murmillo. The Murmillo is basically the same as a hoplite. They both got 34% hack armor. They're both sitting around about the same HP. They both do around about the same damage. Slightly less HP though than for the Murmillo. I think 110 versus 115, I believe. Yeah. So the point is, with Shockwave as your god power, you can level the counter ability of an archer by shockwaving the archers into your Murmillo, into your mass Murmillo, and killing them off. Not only that, you also have the Oranos Murmillo, which are at 4.95 speed, so you can actually chase down those Toxotes and not going to be able to retreat away. So it makes a lot of sense here for Oranos to just go mass Murmillo against the classical army, the classical Athena of Hades. But we didn't see this here from Marcos. He couldn't work it out in this game. Jorge, too strong. I'm excited to see Jorge in Champions League. Congratulations to him. He will be, I think he's the first to qualify from the qualifiers here. So congratulations to him. He's going to be a really, really strong competitor and definitely one to watch out for, who's going to be vying for that top 8 position in, or the top 4 in his group position to get into the playoffs. Definitely a really, really strong player. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.